You mentioned briefly that you worked at Caribou Coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that seems so not up your alley, and
Well, I was
like
a bartender for a decade, so it was easy to get a barista job.
sure. My wife worked at Caribou Coffee for, like, 7 years, and she was
So did
actually
my ex-wife.
even, like, training people, and so I was like, the timeline almost works out to where she might have trained you, uh,
Where
in,
where was she?
she had her own store in Cottage Grove, but that's not where she started. She started somewhere else, somewhere in
I was out in
Minneapolis.
Minnetonka, Hopkins.
Okay. I think she was in Edina for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I didn't do many of those stores,
Okay.
but yeah, it was interesting. It was easy to get that job because I was transitioning out of bartending, and it's just customer service is all it is. And I had done that for over a decade and was very proficient at it, and so it was a no-brainer job. It was hire some high school kid that can't even spell his name right. It was just it was an easy job to get and money when I got here.
No offense, but you look more like a bartender than a barista. So
Yeah, I was a little different back then too, though.
I suppose. How long
That
did
was
you
that was
work
that was like
for?
20 years. That was like 20 years ago. So
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm thinking like you still had like the long beard or
no, I was
decent
probably clean
beard and
shaven at that point. I'm pretty sure I was clean shaven at that
mm.
juncture in my life.
How
I
long did
was
you work there?
Caribou. Not
Yeah.
long, not long. It was when I moved to Minnesota. So I had bartended in New York for probably 5, 6 years, and then I moved here, and it was just a year or two I worked there while I was finding a decent bartending job here. So I'd work there in the morning, and then kind of that bartending, you kind of got to get into a groove at a place to really see if it's worth staying at. It's such a fluid industry.
Hmm.
And so I kind of rode out the Caribou thing while I was finding the right bartending gig. And then I ended up just leaving because I was making enough money and didn't want to get up at 3:30 in the morning. I wanted to get home at 3:30 in the morning.
Sure.